Good evening, fellow South Africans. Earlier this month, in South Africa, I was hosted by my personal assistant, Marlene. I witnessed firsthand the debilitating pain, discomfort, and resulting disability caused by her knees when it came to walking or even movement. In fact, she was wheelchair-bound when leaving her home. The health product that Chris introduced Marlena to has changed Marlena's life. It is a non-invasive patch called X39 from LiveWave. US-based LiveWave has seen an extraordinary explosion in sales in the last couple of years.
It's Marlene. Most of you will know that I have been battling Life TV. Most of you will know that I have been battling with severe problems with my knees for many, many years, and I only left home maybe once in 2.5, 3 weeks. Then I met Chris on Monday. He came and he patched me with X39 LiveWave stem cell technology patches. Within 2 days, the swelling in my knees have gone. The inflammation has gone. I can now walk properly like a normal human being, which I could not do before.
I've also bought into LiveWave as a result of Marlena's astounding pain relief following the application of the patches, and will be applying them to hopefully turn around my ailment, which is macular degeneration of my eyes, another area where they have been found to be extremely effective. The cost of buying it is about the same as a visit to the dentist, but the relief sufferers will get from pain, or those with ailments will get through using the patches, is enormous. People with a list of medical conditions, LiveWave's X39 not only provides proven relief and cure using non-invasive stem cell phototherapy technology, but also the opportunity to establish a financial business while helping others in your community suffering pain.
So be sure to get back to the person who suggested you watch this video and get started today. Try X39 or one of our other fantastic products so you can learn for yourself what all the excitement is about when it comes to LiveWave. Whatever you do though, be sure to get started today because the clock is ticking. The time is now. You don't want to miss out. We're building LiveWave to $1 billion company. Let's do it together.
So that's the promotional video for LiveWave X39, and I'm really excited by the opportunity to be part of this amazing product. And there is a link below this live stream video to enable you as a LiveWave patcher to be part, or patch user, to be part of the Loving Life Network team and to benefit directly from our marketing as a support vehicle for you. If you have aches and pains, X39 patches will help you, and you will get in early to build a small business with a health product that will soon explode into the mainstream. So there are amazing opportunities for all of us who become involved at this early stage, even if you are in good health. Next week, I get my patches and will then provide personal feedback on how this X39 technology is working for me. I'll now get my guest, Chris, to discuss this phenomenal, non-invasive health product.
Hey, Scott, how you doing?
Excellent, thank you. Excellent. What about you?
On top of the world, hey. On top of the world, I'm feeling like 8 years younger.
How long have you been using the patch, just for out of interest sake?
Just on 4 months. Just on 4 months.
Now, one of the benefits of the patch is that people do look younger. And you said to me that your beard is now going black again and the grey is disappearing.
Yep. I was starting to go silver, and I started to get some crow's lines by my eyes. And they talk about the collagen getting repaired and actually de-aging. And I thought, yeah, that's for other people. You see it and you see testimonies, but to see it actually working on yourself is mind blowing. I've actually seen people that I haven't seen for like over a year, and I've had about, I don't know, 7-8 comments. People telling me, Chris, you're looking younger. What are you doing? So it's getting attention big time.
I'm looking forward to that benefit as well, I have to tell you. How and when did you hear about LifeWave?
Well, it was end of last year, and it was about the end of October. I was on a Zoom call, and a very good friend of mine by the name of George, who stays in Mallorca, Spain. While I was on the Zoom, there were about 300 people on the Zoom, and he sent me a message on WhatsApp, and he said, Chris, you look like shit. That's a different way of getting someone's attention,
Yeah.
But I'm quite concerned about you. You're not looking good. So he said, I've got something that I think can actually help you. He sent me a 6.5-minute voice note. And in his voice note, he was telling me about a friend of his that lives in France that has been suffering from tinnitus, the ringing sound in the ears.
Yes.
For about 40 years, and got onto these patches and started to see results. And I thought, wow. Now my girlfriend suffers from tinnitus, so that kind of stopped me in my tracks. And I said, okay, George, send me some more info. So he said, just scroll up. So long story short, he sent me a link. I registered on the 24th of November. 2 days later, the products arrived. It comes in a little sleeve like this. Here's the X39. And in the sleeve comes 30 little patches. This is what they look like. This is what it looks like. It comes in a sleeve, and in the sleeve comes 30 patches, and this is what they look like.
Right.
There we go. Or patch, that's called the X39. So the patches arrive, and this is where you put it. I've actually got one on the back of my neck here today. There we go. That's where all the nerve endings are, on the back, just below your neck, right? So I got onto the patches, and literally after 5 days, now I've just come out of burnout. I mean, I was like totally wiped out.
Right.
And I don't know if you know that feeling, that foggy brain, where your brain feels sort of disconnected from your body. And on day 5, it's quite funny, I was sitting outside with my girlfriend on the balcony, and I looked outside and I said to her, you know what? The trees look greener and the sky looks bluer. And she said, what? I said, it felt like this veil had been lifted off my head. My clarity of thinking, I couldn't believe how different it felt. It's like, I felt like I was in my mid-20s, that clarity of thinking that I got. And I thought, wow, this is seriously doing something. And after about 4 weeks, my energy levels increased. And I've been suffering from vertigo for the last 4 years. And I would take motion sickness tablets about 2-3 times a week. And I only realized it a month and a half in that I hadn't taken any of these tablets. That had actually taken my vertigo away. So I was absolutely blown away. But the biggest turning point was what it did for my mom. Have you heard of a disease called fibromyalgia?
Yes.
Right, so fibromyalgia is a muscle degenerative disease, and my mom got fibromyalgia 16 years ago.
Wow.
And we've taken her to doctors, specialists. She's been for drip therapy, chronic medication. In fact, they actually call it the suicide disease because the pain is literally so intense.
Yeah.
And I'd say she'd probably sleep about maybe an hour a night. She wouldn't sleep longer than an hour. The pain would actually wake her up. And I went to go see her about a week after being on the patches. And I said, Mom, I've got something that I need to share with you. And I showed her the sleeve. I said, this is going to help you. And she said, my boy, don't waste your money on me. We've tried everything. You know it's not going to work. I said, Mom, I just know in my heart, I know what it's done for me, how I'm feeling. I know it's going to help you. So I got it onto the patches. 3 days later, she sent me a WhatsApp and said, my boy, I don't know how to tell you this, but my toothache has disappeared.
Toothache?
So I'm like, toothache. So I said, I didn't even know you had toothache. She said, I didn't want to stress you out. I've had it for 6 months, but her toothache disappeared. And I thought, okay, right. Left it there. But she had an operation about 4 years ago where she got a lump taken off her nose. And for the last 2 years, she's had a cyst on the inside of her nose, which had actually been leaking. And she said every day the leaking got less and the cyst was getting smaller and smaller, where after 2 weeks it turned into a little scab and fell away. So
Wow.
the cyst in her nose disappeared.
Wow.
Right? Okay, now here comes the kicker. She phoned me 3 weeks later in tears and she said, my boy, I slept right through for the last night for the first time, pain-free in 16 years.
Wow.
And that was the turning point for me. I thought, my goodness gracious, if it can work for my mom, it can work for anybody. So that's where I started putting a lot of effort into this. And I tell you what, the results and testimonies I'm seeing on a daily basis are absolutely mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing.
Well, look, I just want to put on the record, I haven't actually started the patch yet, but I do have macular degeneration. And when you talked about the trees being greener and the sky being bluer and all that sort of stuff, you got my attention. Because when I walk outside, not only do I have macular degeneration, but I also have a problem with the iris of my eye because it doesn't get smaller when the sun is brighter or get bigger when it's darker. So it's stuck in one place. And just to compound the problem, my left eye is completely blind. So I've only got one good eye, which is the right eye. Getting back to LifeWave, what are LifeWave stem cell rejuvenation patches? What are they?
Well, really, in a nutshell, what this does is it elevates your copper peptides in your body. And what the copper peptides do is then reactivates your own stem cells. So it's nothing coming into the body. Now, this has been clinically proven that by the age of 30, your body stops producing about half the stem cells in your body. And by the age of 60, your body hardly produces any stem cells at all. So when you get to 60, that's when the gray hair starts to kick in, the wrinkles kick in faster, your body heals a lot longer. It takes a lot longer for your body to heal. The aches and pains start to kick in. And this is because of the lack of stem cells, because stem cells are really your youth gene.
Yeah.
And it's been clinically proven. There was a case study, a test done with 15 people where after being on the patches for only 6 months, it reversed their age, their vascular age, by 8 years. And this has been clinically proven.
Right. Now,
By kickstarting the stem cells.
when we talk about vascular age, we're talking about the heart. Could actually help people who've got those sort of issues.
It definitely does help. David Schmidt, who's the owner, which I'll talk about shortly, actually did a talk talking about how the patches are helping detoxifying the body and definitely helping with the free radicals and getting all the poisons and everything out of your body.
One of the things that I find absolutely amazing is that it's non-invasive. In other words, you don't have to inject it. It's something you just stick on your skin.
With me, I said, no, I know how it works. It gets absorbed to your skin. And he sent me a voice note and said, no, Chris, this works on low light wave frequency. It's frequency, non-transdermal. He just said that one word, frequency, and that got my attention. I thought, wow, this is a science that is absolutely mind-blowing technology. So going back to what you were asking about stem cell injections, you've got about a 50% chance that they will actually work, because what you're doing is you're actually putting other people's stem cells into your body. And where this is totally different, the science is completely different. This is, as I said just now, it's copper peptides getting stimulated, which then reactivate your own stem cells. Basically, those stem cells that fell asleep start to wake up, and they start to get to work, and it goes like a heat-seeking missile. And what it does is it goes into your body, and it actually goes and searches for the areas in your body that need the most amending or help. It works through phototherapy. So what it does is it works on low light wave frequency. So as I say, inside here is it's a nanocrystal lattice, which is it's amino acids, salts, sugar. So there's nothing coming into your body at all. So it's totally non-transdermal and non-invasive. So the science behind it is, as you put the patch on, within 24 hours, what happens is it gets your copper peptides to kick in and get and start to stimulate your own stem cells. So it works on phototherapy, where it works on the light coming into the body and bounces it back and forth, and gets the stem cells to start kicking in.
Right. Now, look, how long has LifeWave been in business? Because there are things that come and go. So just give us a bit of the background to the company.
Well, believe it or not, LifeWave has been around for 19 years.
Wow.
And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I haven't lived in a cave. And I'm actually quite surprised. I mean, I've done many different things in my life, and I cannot believe that this is the first time LifeWave has only crossed my path now. The history of it, the person who started LifeWave is a gentleman by the name of David Schmidt, and he's a scientist and he's an inventor, and he's a two-time recipient in the Clinical Hall of Fame, and basically launched LifeWave in 2004. That was 19 years ago. But the first 10 years, David Schmidt was putting all the clinical trials and case studies and putting all the patents in place. So the first 10 years was really putting the foundation in place. And, many companies have come and gone. And to be around for that long, it means they're doing something right.
Right.
So what actually happened was in 2002, he ended up in California in front of the USA Olympic swimming team, and ended up patching the USA swimming team.
Wow.
And in 2004, is when they won all the gold medals. So that was the original product called the Energy Enhancer.
Right.
And it made them perform. And they actually held those gold medals back, and they put them forward for doping and said, hang on, what are you guys doing? So what they did was they sent the patches into the anti-doping committee to go and test them, and said, there's nothing, because nothing is coming into your body. There's nothing coming into your body. And said, no, you can have the gold medals. LifeWave is now in 84 countries around the world, and is basically getting ready to hit its tipping point since the launch of X39, because the X39 was only launched 3.5 years ago. And this is what we call the Holy Grail. This is the flagship product that is, like you said earlier, it's like the miracle patch that just helps with everything. So in 2020 and 2021, LifeWave's turnover was just short of $30 million US. And last year, 2022, LifeWave did $300 million turnover. In 2020 and 2021, the company did just shy of $30 million turnover. Last year, the company did $300 million turnover, and is projected to do $1 billion turnover in 2025. So LifeWave has got 133 international patents.
Those patents basically confirm that X39 and the other products actually do work.
Approved because by law, to get a patent, it has to do what you're saying the product does. So there's 133 patents, and
wow.
What's so amazing about that is this is a network marketer's dream come true. And what I love is, you know, every industry, doesn't matter what you're doing, there's always the element of competition. Where, I mean, competition is healthy. But you know, when you talk about this industry, it's very high quality products always, but you're always competing in the way of my powder is better than your powder because mine's got this and yours hasn't got that, or my tablet is better than your tablet, or this juice and that juice. What is very different with LifeWave, this is literally in a league of its own. You've got a product that works, it's scientifically proven that it works, and it's got no competition.
Yes.
And we are just about getting ready to get started. So we're at the beginning of the crest of the wave, which is so exciting. And like I said,
very
over
exciting.
84 countries.
Yeah,
84 countries. The X39 is, like I said, it's the flagship product, and there are supportive products that that are also part of the range.
Do you know if the patches help repair lupus and epilepsy?
The moment you get onto the patches, it also helps with the communication with your neuroreceptors in your brain, and that's where a lot of the cause of epilepsy kicks in. My son has got temporal lobe epilepsy, and he's on medication for that. Where yes, epilepsy, you get fits and that type of thing. And yes, people that have been using the patches, it has definitely helped with the epilepsy, where we've had very good results with people that have also had Parkinson's disease and strokes, which is all interlinked. So it's absolutely amazing, the results that we've seen so far.
Right. Now, okay, so what we're saying is that not only do the patches work on ailments that you know about, if, for example, your kidneys are under duress or something like that, and you're not aware of that, the stem cells will go to work in that particular area that you don't realize you have a need.
And the FDA, which is your Food and Drug Administration, actually do go to LifeWave every 2 years, and they go to the factory and they go and check everything out. And their recommendation, the FDA, their recommendation to LifeWave was to keep it under the health and wellness umbrella, so that it can get distributed among people, sharing with people, as long as the main thing is people not making claims. So I cannot say, you know what, put this patch on and it's going to cure your arthritis, as an example, right? But what I am allowed to say is, and this is scientifically proven, that by putting the patch on, it's going to elevate your copper peptide, and copper peptide has been proven to stimulate and regenerate your stem cells.
And that's why the non-invasive nature of these patches, to me, is the kicker, because you're not putting anything in your body. You're not compromising your body. What you're doing is you're using a technology to stimulate the stem cells inside your body that have gone to sleep, basically. And I think by the age 60, there are very few stem cells still active. So as you use these patches for a longer period, more stem cells actually kick in, and that obviously helps your overall health.
It's called Life Force by Tony Robbins. He wrote his new book a year ago. He launched it. And on chapter 2 and chapter 3, he talks about stem cell technology, and he talks about peptide therapy. which is absolutely amazing. I've actually got one of my my distributors, which is actually in communication with Tony Robbins's people. So who knows, one day we'll have Tony Robbins one day standing up on a stage patching. How cool will that be?
How much do these patches cost? And when we compare the big pharma stem cell injections option, tell us the disparity between costs and effectiveness of these two different medical applications.
I'm glad you asked the question that way, because it's always so important to have a reference point. And, when David Schmidt was talking about putting the pricing together, the X39 3.5 years ago, they were talking about $400 to $500 US per sleeve of patches. Okay, that's not what it costs. But, just to go back to the injections, you're looking at anywhere between $500,000 to $100,000 for a set. $500,000 to $100,000 for stem cell injections.
Wow.
And I mean, that is hellishly expensive. But what you've got to keep in mind with injections, it's focused to one area only. So that's where it's going to work on.
Yeah.
Where with the patches, this is where it goes into your entire body, which is so different.
Now, look, just you mentioned $99 for a sleeve. Now, it's important that people know that there are 30 patches in each sleeve, and
that's right.
The patch can be applied over 2 days, so it's almost like 2 months of having that type of photogenic that technology. I probably haven't got the word right. That technology. Yeah. So you've got like 2 months of repair of stem cells for $99, which works out to about $1.50 per day, which is not bad when you consider the benefits you're getting for the patches that you have. Now, the other thing that I think we need to tell people is that there are two key places that you put these patches. And when we spoke earlier about this, you said, and you showed us the back of your neck, and the other one is about 2 fingers below your belly button on your tummy. And do you want to explain to people why those are the two critical areas to place patches?
Yeah, that's where the clinical trials and the studies were done, and that's where your main nerve endings are on your body. And a very important thing as well is increasing your water intake, because that helps with the communication with the cells and helps with the frequency going through throughout your body. So very important to drink a lot of water. We're talking about 12 hours on and 12 hours off. So if you have used the patch, let's say you stretched it over maybe 16 hours, then it would be recommended to put a brand new one on that place. But you can use the patch in another area of your body. So you can use more than one patch at a time. So I'll give you an example with myself. I started getting like these rashes on my feet, and they're like little bumps that started coming in, a bit of inflammation and swelling. And I went to the doctor and I got cortisone cream, 2 batches of cream. They gave me tablets, didn't work. I put oils on, nothing took it away. So what I was doing is I took the patch that I wear for the day, my brand new one, I'll take it off. Then the next day I put a new one on here, but then I take this patch and then I would put it on my feet. So I've got 2 patches on at the same time.
Right.
And literally after 3 weeks, the redness is gone, the swelling has gone down. Wow. And those little bumps are not raised anymore. So that's what I'm busy doing at the moment. And you can also use the patches on animals. So a lot of people use their patches, the second day patches. You can use it on yourself, but a 3rd day would not be recommended. So what you would do is then take the patch, and then you can actually use it on your pets. You can put it on the animals. You basically lift their hair up, you slide it in between the hair, and you let it go down. or you put it behind their collar, and it helps animals as well. You get what we call a one-patch wonder. I've seen it where people have got pain, and we've literally put the patch on them, and within 2 to 3 minutes, the person's pain has actually dissipated, disappeared right in front of our eyes. I look at my mom as an example. It took 3 weeks for her pain to go away. People that I know that have had arthritis for 10 years, people are coming back and saying they felt something. Every day they can feel it, but it can take up to 4 to 6 weeks for the pain to disappear. But when you focus it on a specific area, so as I mentioned, you put it behind your neck or below your belly button, you can take the patch and actually put it in the pain area, because you're going to be targeting that area, but it's still going to be working throughout the rest of your body. So, what we did with Marlena, I'm blown away. My mind is actually blown away because, when I got to Marlena, she came to open the garage and I could see how she was struggling.
Yes.
Really, really struggling to walk. And I said to Marlena, this is going to help you. And I could see she was a bit skeptical, kind of going, yeah, right, Chris, whatever. You don't understand the pain I've had and for how long I've had the pain for. And I said, all right, come, lift your pants up. Got the knees, and I put the patches onto her knees. And so that was the X39 that we put basically right just above the knee, right at the top, right? The kneecap. So you got the kneecap just above. Then, like I said, we've also got the supplementary products, which the one is called Ice Wave, which is one of the supplementary support products, which is one of the cheaper products. And what we did was we put that on as well. That is for extreme pain. So what we did was we did a bit of a shock treatment on her knees. So the Ice Wave one, specifically for the pain, you're not going to use for long. That is just to initially shock treat and take the pain away. And that you're going to use for maybe a week or two. And then you can actually stop using that one, because that's given the X39 enough time to go in and do the work that needs to get done.
Right. Okay.
I actually couldn't believe what I was seeing. I could not believe it. When I saw Marlena on Monday, that she could hardly walk, and I went to go see Marlena this morning, and I took her to the shops. She walked to the car. She was able to get into the car and lift her legs up on her own. And she was walking. We walked through the mall, and I was just shaking my head. I actually looked at her and I said, Marlena, I actually cannot believe that you are the same person, that she's able to walk and it's taken the pain away. This is after 4 days. Well, today's day 5, so it's actually 5 days. She drank, I told Marlena that she needed to increase her water intake, which she did. So the two products that we did for Marlena is obviously the X39, the main flagship one, which reactivates your stem cells, right? But then the Ice Wave one, that's one that we put on her knees for the extreme pain. But then the rest of the product range, there's 12 products in total. So X39 is the base, it's your foundation, it's the holy grail. That is the one that you need to be on, right? Everything else is secondary, it's your add-on. So there's ones for the extreme pain, like I mentioned. There's one for weight management called SP6. There's the one called X49, which is for bone mass and muscles and helps with sports people. A gym, and your recovery is a lot quicker and gives you stamina.
Yeah.
There's the one called here it is here, the Energy Enhancer. I've got this over here. There we go, Energy Enhancer. Now, I've only used this probably 1, 2, 3, 4 times I've used this. So this is not something I'm going to use every day, because I've already got elevated energy because of the X39. But sometimes when I've got like a hectic day coming up and I've got to be at like peak performance, I put the Energy Enhancer on, and it's not like having a Red Bull. You know, if you drink like 1 or 2 Red Bulls, it kind of gives you the spark, and you like vibrating, you're like, oh my goodness, you just hit the spike, you got energy, and then 2 hours later you hit this valley, and then you kaput. What this does is it's like a natural elevation of energy in the way of every 10, 15 minutes, you feel the energy notching up. By an hour later, you've got this natural energy, which the only way I can describe it is the way I felt when I was a kid, when I was, 10, 12 years old, having that natural energy. And it just keeps you at this beautiful bandwidth, and it doesn't drop you. It's the most amazing feeling.
Now, just on that point, if you're wearing two patches, you got the one behind your neck. Where do you put the other one? On your tummy?
The energy enhancer, I put it on your arms. There's many different places that you can put it. When you get the product, it comes with a little booklet. So the X39 will show you where to put. Here we go. This is what a little booklet looks like.
Right.
So the X39 is those two places, and then, for example, here's one of the other supplementary products, and it'll actually show you different areas on your body where they recommend to put it.
Right.
So here's the energy enhancer, and over here it shows you the different places, and there was the there you go on your arm.
Yeah. Right.
And that's where I decided to put it. And you can put it on your shoulders, you can put it on your legs. So there are instructions, and it tells you where to put them.
Now, if the patch, when you wear it on the second day, doesn't stick properly, can you use sellotape or a Band-Aid or something to hold it in place?
We used the Band-Aid before, and then what we did was we went to Dis-Chem, that's a pharmacy, and you get that gauze, that like, what's tape called? Like the medical tape, the 3M medical tape,
right.
And you just tear that and you can stick it on over.
Okay, to hold it in place.
Yeah. And then here's the sleepy one.
Silent nights. Okay, anyone who suffers from insomnia, there's your answer. Now, just,
let me
Chris,
tell you,
that those other ones are actually less expensive than X39, aren't they? Can you tell us what Silent Night, for example, costs?
Yes. Well, let me first go back to the pricing of all of them.
Sure.
So yes, the X39, we've got retail prices and we've got wholesale prices. So if somebody wants to purchase it and just buy it and they just want to give it a try, an example is the X39. The retail price is $149 for a sleeve. And that's plus you've got to, whatever country you're in, you've got to add your
GST,
your tax and then the GST and whatever the delivery is in your country. Then if you decide you want to register and you become a member to purely get the product on wholesale. So there's two places for people with LifeWave where you can decide, you know what, I like what I see and I'd like to buy the product at the wholesale price. You register with a link and you can purchase whenever you want to at the cheaper price, which then takes the X39 to only $99,
right.
Plus obviously GST and shipping. Well, the cool thing is you get paid weekly.
Wow.
It is so awesome. It is so awesome. It's absolutely amazing. This is a concept where you earn while you learn, and there is a beautiful support structure in place. Anybody that joins as part of the team, we put you onto a WhatsApp group. We have presentations every Wednesday, and we do trainings every Thursday. And we teach people in the team what to do and how to share the product. But before I go into that, what I love about LifeWave is it is product-led. It is product-driven. And what's so interesting is I'd say 95% of the people that I've shared the concept to, I spoke about the product. And the business side follows organically and naturally on its own, which is so beautiful. It is different because it's a product that's working, which is so amazing. So, it's product-driven, which I absolutely love
Yeah.
it.
But look, this is a product that not only can it help you personally, but financially, by being part of a network and speaking to friends and helping them and their health, you can actually start earning an income, which means that you can start getting the patches at no cost at all because of the income that you earn. So it's actually a very, very exciting concept.
Oh, I didn't answer your question. You asked me what am I earning. I forgot to tell you.
Yes, I was
over the
scared
moon.
to. Go
I'm so
ahead.
over the moon. Okay, so like I said, I'm just four months in, and I just basically told all my friends, everybody that I know about the patches, and the people were joining. They're getting on the patches. They're sharing it. We're building beautiful teams together, and I'm earning just on $1,000 a week.
Wow.
US dollars a week. Passive
week.
income already. A week. Now with LifeWave crossing my path, I think what's so beautiful is we can help people with their health. Shit, I didn't realize how sick people are out there.
Yeah.
People are suffering from so many different illnesses and ailments. And to be able to help people with their health, and then the double whammy is helping people with their wealth, which is so amazing, which I think this is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Loving this. Absolutely loving this.
Now, look, I just want to say to people who are unfamiliar with network marketing, because a lot of people are and rightly so, have their reservations about this concept. But even if you have reservations, if you become part of the network, you get wholesale prices. You don't have to go out and market to friends if you don't want to.
Correct.
You just get the benefit of the lower price, and that's going to save you a lot of money over periods of time. So just consider the health benefits, and then later down the track, maybe a year down the track, you think, geez, I'm hearing that some people in this network have got or earning a huge amount of money. I'm missing out. I want to be part of this. Then you can say, okay, I'm already in the network. How do I actually now start getting people underneath me? So, just don't even think about the network aspect of it. Just think of it being a lower price to pay for the product. That's the big thing.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, now look, Chris, I think we've pretty well covered everything. Is there anything else you want to say that we perhaps have not covered?
Let's have a look. No, I've actually covered absolutely everything. But what I forgot to do is right in the beginning, I should have quickly read the disclaimer to protect myself and to protect LifeWave. So I'm going to quickly read
it now. Yeah, read it now.
Okay. My name is Chris Head.
Hello,
and
Chris.
I'm an independent brand partner of LifeWave. A. LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. Always consult a qualified health provider before embarking on a new treatment, product, or diet. And LifeWave is not to be used for pregnant women. There we go. Ta-da!
Okay. Now, there's a very important point you raised there, that pregnant women should not use the patches while they're pregnant. Okay.
Correct.
Well, women should not use the patches while they're pregnant. Because obviously, if it's a pregnant woman, you don't have to say it the second time. Okay. I'm just too excited.
I like the way we say pregnant woman. We could say a pregnant individual, because only women can actually be pregnant, but we still say a pregnant woman.
You're now using nouns. You've got to be careful, mate. You're starting to talk on. You're trying to walk on certain ground that we don't want to raise here. That's for sure. All right, buddy. Look, I have got a couple of little questions which I didn't ask you during. Shivesh has said, please ask Chris if he felt any funny feelings when taking the patch. In other words, like just a tingling or anything like that.
Yes. That means if you're feeling tingling, it means it's activating, it's doing something. So you would get initially, well, like I say, not everybody the tingles you would probably get for maybe half a day, which is a very good thing because it means it's doing something. And other people haven't felt any tingles. So yes, tingles are totally normal. It means that it is doing something.
Right. I paid no membership fees at all, and that is actually the most popular way people join with this product, because you also get the patches at a slightly reduced price. And but if you want to come in at the basic level, there is a small admin fee of $25.
That's right.
On top of that, you pay $99 for the patches. You've got to add VAT in South Africa on top of that, and of course then postage. But that membership fee or admin fee is a one-off. You don't pay it the second time. And
that's correct.
And then you become part of the network. So it's a one-off fee only if you go for the lowest tier, and the other tiers there's no admin fee.
It would be like joining a gym. If you join a gym, you've got an upfront membership fee. That's every gym in the world works like that. So that's to handle, like you say, to handle the admin and the whole back office structure. The back office is one of the most user-friendly back offices I've ever seen. It's like a Rolls Royce. Right. So that $25 is a once-off admin registration fee, and that is the bronze kit, which is the $125. And then, as you said now, Scott, the most popular one is the silver kit, which is $299, and that waivers the $25 registration fee, but that gives you 3 sleeves of the X39.
Now, just on those 3 sleeves, each one has got 30 patches, which is 90 patches, and then you can use them for 2 days. So I've actually got 6 months worth of patches for that $299.
Basically, it's like less than a cup of coffee.